In this video, we're going to expand upon the HMI project we previously built using an Automation Direct Seymour Micro HMI panel to show us the status of a counter that's programmed into an Allen Bradley MicroLogix 1000 PLC. What I want to do in this video is add a feature to the display of our HMI that not only shows the accumulator value of the counter in the PLC's memory, but also allows us to change the preset value and to indicate when the counter is done. So to do that, first I'm going to take this display that we created for our counter value and shrink it down a bit so it isn't quite as large. I'll move it over here directly underneath my increment bit, resize it a bit. What I'm going to do is go back to my database and I'm going to generate a new tag name. I'm going to need a tag name for the counter's preset value. So I'm going to add a tag. I'm going to call it counter preset. This is going to be a signed integer, 16-bit, and it's going to be memory type C, of course, because it's a counter. The address is 5, this is file number 5 in the PLC. It is the 0th counter, and the flag here is going to be the preset value. I'm going to click that and close. So now I have a counter preset tag in my database for the HMI. It's read-write for device number 1, C5:0.pre. Now I can show you the actual program inside the Allen Bradley PLC right here. Here's my increment bit going to an up counter. This is C5:0, so counter number 0 and file number 5, counter type. The preset value right now just happens to be 12, but we're going to change that with our HMI. We have a reset bit going to reset coil for that counter. We also have a done bit for that counter going over to an internal binary bit in the PLC, B3:0/0. We're not actually driving a real discrete output here. What I want to show though is the status of this output, this binary bit in the HMI, not as the real discrete output on the PLC. So we'll go back here to our project here. I'm going to add one more thing to our database. I'm going to add a discrete bit, and this is going to be counter done. It's discrete, memory type C for counter, file number 5, counter number 0, and the flag here is going to be the done bit, DN, for that counter. So here I have a discrete variable type, C5:0.dn. It's read-only. It's a discrete just like my inputs, but it's associated with a counter's done bit rather than the input bits on the PLC. I'm going to add a indicator light. I choose a different style for this one. Drag this over here. Associated with the tag name is going to be counter done. And for my on text, I'm going to type in done. And there is my indicator. Now, I drag it out a little bit so I can see the entire word done. Of course, I need to set up my preset value as well. Like I said, I want to be able to change the preset value on this counter. So to do that, I need an entry, a numerical entry. So click on numeric entry in my object list. I'm going to bring this style over here. And once again, associate with the tag name. This is going to be counter preset. See how it's so important to build your tag name database first before you do any of the graphic objects. If you don't, you won't have tag names to choose from. So it's very important you do that first. I'm going to add this to my display. Change the size of it just a little bit. For the sake of brevity, I'm going to compromise a bit on neatness. I'm not going to make things as nicely as I'd ordinarily make them for the HMI display. So right now I have a way of entering number values. If I double click on this again, bring up the dialog window, there's something else I need to do though as well. I need to assign it with a function key in this case so I can access this and prompt it for entering a number. I'm going to assign it function key number F1 on the HMI. You'll see why this is important later. Now I'm going to send the project to the panel after I save it. And right now it's telling me that I've got some issues. It's going to unchecked. Let's see. Possible issues here. Oh well, the joys of just running forward with the video without doing a dry run first. I'm just going to continue here. This is the place where it ordinarily warns you of potential errors or overlap interferences on the screen of your HMI. I'm just going to go ahead and transfer this to the HMI panel. Again, for the sake of brevity, I'm not going to clean things up. and we wait for the file to transfer. Then very soon we'll be able to operate our HMI and see how it relates to the counter inside the PLC. There we go. Okay, panning over to our HMI, and also so you can see the switches on the PLC. There we go. I can reset the counter, and I can move this, and it looks like, there we go. Our preset value is right there. Our actual counter accumulator is right there. Right now reading 0, 1, 2, 3, and if I go up to 12, we should see the indicator come on for the done bit. There it is right there. And I can reset it again, and the done bit goes off. Now let's see if we can change the preset value. I hit the F1 button right here, brings up a dialog. Here I can clear it and change it to a preset of 5. Now you see the preset value has been altered from 12 to 5. Now, when I begin to toggle the input bit, we see that the counter done indicator clicks as soon as we get to a value of 5. There we go, an operating program where we can monitor the status of the counter in the PLC and change its preset value, all with an HMI panel.